Once a farmer came to Mahatma Gautama Buddha and said, "O Mahatma, I am a daily wage farmer, I am a very poor person. Poverty never leave me, I can't even provide food for my wife and children at home with what I earn by working on other people's land all day long. People at home blame me for this poverty all the time, which makes me angry too. A few times I have raised anger on my wife and children. Later, when the anger calmed down, I was very relieved. When my wife and children are eager to buy something, I cannot buy it. I feel very sad when I look at their bored faces, angry with myself, because I don't have money, no one in the village cares about me, I am worthless to my friends and relatives, and no one respects me. O Buddha, I cry all day about my poverty, I ask my fate and God why you make me poor, why you make me suffer so much. I see how happy the people around me are. Sometimes I feel very jealous when I see them living life happily. How happily the rich moneylender of my village spends his days doing nothing, how happy the owner of the land I cultivate, how happily the village merchant continues to increase his wealth. Even the village temple priest nothing works that hard, however, the people of the village are making him rich by giving him dakshina. O Buddha, tell me some ways so that my life will be filled with happiness and joy like these, and that no sorrow will ever come into my life." The person says all he has to say, bowed to the Buddha and sat in front. Looking at the Buddha's face to hear the answer, Buddha heard his entire speech and said nothing, but closed his eyes and became absorbed in meditation. As the Mahatma Buddha closed his eyes for a long time, the man said to the Buddha, "O Buddha, I have come to you with great hope, tell me some way to relieve my poverty and misery." Hearing this, Lord Buddha opened his eyes and said, "Tomorrow morning you will bring the 4 happy people of the village with you. Tomorrow I will tell you in such a way that all your sorrows will be removed and your poverty will be no more." Hearing this, the person returned home with happiness. After he left, one of the Buddha's disciples asked the Buddha, "O Gurudev, why did you ask the person to come tomorrow without saying anything now?" Lord Buddha said, "In my words that person, the eyes will not open, for this the 4 people of the village are needed who consider being eternally happy and have no sorrow in their lives." The next morning, the man appeared before the Lord Buddha with them, bowed to the Buddha and said, "O great Buddha, I have with great difficulty brought these 4 happy people. Now please tell me quickly the way to get eternal happiness and happy life, so that all the problems of my life, all suffering ends." Lord Buddha smiled softly and said, "But before that, let's ask these 4 people, are they really happy people?" The Buddha said to the landlord, "I heard that you are the happiest person in this village, there is no sorrow or problem in your life." Hearing this, the landlord, he got a bit angry and said, "O Buddha, are you kidding me? I think I am the most miserable person in this village, my problem is the most, I can't sleep because of worry. Due to lack of rain this year, crops have been destroyed. From where will I give money to so many agricultural laborers of the village? Besides, a large part of the crop has been stolen from the field. Many problems at home too, my old parents are very sick, I feel very sad about them. A load of debt on the head. I can't eat, and I can't sleep because of sadness." Buddha said, "So in your view, who is the happiest person in this village?" In reply, the owner of the land said, "I think the happiest person in this village is a rich moneylender. He spends his days happily with interest money." Hearing this, the rich moneylenders got very angry and said, "O landlord, are you kidding me in front of everyone? You don't know my inner state, I am very sad and the most disturbing work is mine. If you lend money to people, they don't pay back on time, there is trouble and fights all the time, always have to be ready guards to protect my life. The whole day is spent just calculating the money, I cannot spend a single moment with my wife and son. Apart from that, the number of diseases that have nested in the body, the worry of when I will die always make me restless. On top of that, the eyes of the thief and robber are on me, and all the time I have only bad thoughts. This life of mine is a life of damned hell. I think the happiest person in our village is this businessman, no problem and no worries. He buys goods from farmers and artisans and sells them in the market at a huge profit, increasing his wealth day by day. Hearing this, the businessman who was present said that, "Very few people have the misfortune like me. Sometimes I get cheated when buying goods from farmers and artisans. Sometimes there is a big loss in business. Also, the biggest problem is that the 4 children in my house are always quarreling and even fighting over the profit sharing of this business. After my death, these 4 children will not have any existence in this business, and I know that they will also spend their days unemployed. My wife died a few days ago. I am still suffering from that grief. O Mahatma, from all of this village, I am the sad one." Hearing all this, Mahatma Buddha said to the village priest, "Then the priest, are you the happiest person in this village?" The priest said, "Your idea is completely wrong. No matter the rain or storm, the temple has to be worshipped twice a day. And I live depending on the people of the village. I am afraid that if a new priest's house is built in the village, I will no longer have this dakshina. Besides, Mahatma, I have to tell many lies because of the greed of this dakshina, which makes me feel guilty. For example, when I need more dakshina, I say to someone, 'God told me in a dream that you will have a lot of wealth. Perform a grand puja.' I just think about when I will return home with the puja material. O Buddha, all my money is false, then you tell me whether I am happy." This time Lord Buddha asked 4 people, "According to you, in this village, who can be the happiest person?" The 4 said, "In our opinion, the real happy person is the one who lives in a healthy body, whose hunger and sleep are just in time, who can eat and drink with his wife and son twice a day, who has nothing to lose, who has nothing in mind to die." For example, this daily wage farmer in our village. The poor farmer could not believe his ears after hearing this from 4 people for so long. Those he thought are happy person, inside are sadder than him, even bigger, he is happier compared to them. The eyes and face of the farmer became happy. Lord Buddha looked at his face and smiled gently and said, "You will not find such a person in this world who has no problem, who has no sorrow. We think that our life will be trouble-free and sorrow-free, and we cannot accept even small problems and sorrows. We suffer, and we worry day and night. Isn't there a problem in my life? There is, but I have accepted the eternal truth, that there will be problems in this human life. One will create one problem. Problems and sorrows are part of life, and if you accept this, no sorrows and problems will be worth it to you. Life will go on happily and peacefully."